Everyone chases success as if it were a mountain peak, distant, glittering, visible to all. We imagine it comes with applause, awards, promotions, or a life-changing moment. Yet, the truth is stranger and far less glamorous. Success is often born in silence, in hidden places, in lessons that at first seem absurd. This is the story of a teacher who taught his student that greatness is not built by chasing the extraordinary, but by finding power in the ordinary. And once you hear it, you may never look at your own daily life the same way again. Rohan was at the breaking point. His marks were tumbling, his parents' voices grew sharper with disappointment, and his self-belief had turned into a shadow. Every night he stared at his books, only to close them in frustration. One afternoon, he stormed into his teacher's room. "Sir, maybe I'm not meant for success. Some people are born brilliant. I'm not. No matter how hard I try, I fail." The teacher looked at him quietly, as if studying not his words but the weariness behind them. Then, instead of an answer, he handed Rohan a cloth bag filled with small, cold pebbles. "Follow me," he said. They walked out to the deserted playground. The air smelled of dust and childhood echoes. The teacher asked Rohan to scatter the pebbles across the wide ground. Confused but obedient, Rohan flung them far and wide. "Now," the teacher said, "pick them back up." Rohan bent down, searching in the dirt. At first it felt easy, but as minutes stretched into an hour, his back ached, his knees burned, and frustration boiled. He finally threw his hands up. "This is useless." "What does collecting stones have to do with success?" The teacher bent down and picked up one pebble. He held it between his fingers, small and dull. "This," he said softly, "is the work you ignore, the chapters you skip, the practice you delay, the small daily habits that look too ordinary to matter. But tell me, without gathering these pebbles, how will you ever fill your jar?" He pulled out a glass jar from his bag. "One pebble may look meaningless. 10 pebbles still feel small, but keep going, and soon the jar is full. Success is not a diamond you stumble upon. It is the quiet accumulation of unnoticed efforts." Rohan froze. He looked at the half-filled jar, and suddenly the truth hit him with terrifying clarity. All this time he had been waiting for one great breakthrough, one magical stroke of brilliance. He wanted diamonds but refused to gather stones. That night, for the first time in months, he sat down at his desk and studied, not with desperation but with patience. He did not aim to finish the whole book. He just picked up one pebble, a single chapter. The next day, another pebble, then another. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, his marks improved, but more importantly, his confidence grew. He was no longer chasing success. He was building it, pebble by pebble, day by day. Years later, when Rohan returned as a successful professional, he visited his old teacher. The jar of pebbles still sat on the teacher's desk, untouched by time. "You carried the lesson well," the teacher said with a smile. Rohan bowed his head. "You taught me that success is not an event. It is a habit. It is not built in one leap, but in thousands of small steps no one else claps for." The teacher replied, "And that, my boy, is why ordinary people surpass even the most gifted, because they dare to collect pebbles while others wait for diamonds." In our world today, it's easy to think success is a viral video, a sudden promotion, or a lucky break. But the truth remains unchanged. Real success is not dramatic, it is patient. It is in showing up every day, in reading that one page, in sending that one email, in practicing that 1 hour. We live in a time that glorifies outcomes, but the teacher's lesson whispers across ages. Your destiny is built in the small, unseen pebbles you gather each day. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by the mountain ahead, don't look for diamonds. Start with the pebble in front of you. One day, your jar will overflow, and the world will call it success. If even a spark of strength awakened in you today, guard it fiercely. Let it grow into a fire that lights your path. Share this with someone searching for hope and subscribe so we can keep walking together in wisdom and courage.